The UTSA women's basketball team is in the NCAA tournament for just the third time in program's history. Here to talk about it, head coach Karen Aston. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, and good morning to everyone.
Coach, first off, congratulations on winning the American tournament. How did it feel to cut down the nets?
Oh, it's one of the best feelings you can ever get from an athletic standpoint. Basketball in particular, cutting the net down is something that I think every player and coach dreams about.
4 games, 4 wins in 4 days. What was your message entering the conference tournament?
One at a time. I think that was the big message for everyone, and it was crazy just how the team bought in and how focused and locked in the players were. And you know, we knew we couldn't win the tournament if you didn't win one game, so we would just take one at a time. And once we got to the championship, you know, a lot of adrenaline flowing, obviously, but I just was so impressed with our team and how focused they were and how intentional they were about how they played the game all week.
The program hasn't been to the NCAA tournament since 2009. Did your team enter the year with that drought in mind, maybe to play even harder?
You know, I think that kids kind of live in the moment nowadays, so I'm not sure that they knew what the past was and how long it had been since we had gone to the tournament. I think really a lot of their motivation was that they understand that this is what your goal is. That's kind of why you do what you do, is to get a chance to go to the big dance. And in particular, our returners from last year's team had a bad taste in their mouth, really, from our disappointing loss that we had in the conference tournament last year after such a good run. And I think that they understood a little bit more about how to approach the tournament. I think that was a valuable experience for them. And, you know, again, once we won the first game, I think we got on a roll. And, you know, it's a good time to peak. I think it was the right time for our team.
Coach, you also go now from celebrating to facing the top-seeded defending champion UConn Huskies. How do you keep your team focused against such a storied opponent?
Well, again, you just take one day at a time, and you prepare just like you prepare for anyone else. And we understand the dynamic. We understand how good they are, and I think that there's a few ways to look at it. First of all, let's be happy we're in the dance. Let's really challenge ourselves, cherish the experience. I do think that from a coaching perspective, it's just it's an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, I mean, it's an opportunity for these young women to go play on the floor of a team that is a storied program, but also fans that really appreciate women's basketball and a community that appreciates it. And I think it's just an experience of a lifetime for these young athletes.
All right, thank you again for joining us this morning. Congratulations, and we'll be cheering you on from home.
Thank you so much. Birds up, everyone.
The Roadrunner women have never won an NCAA tournament game, but tip-off against UConn is scheduled for 2 p.m. this Saturday from Connecticut. I'm Atiana San Miguel. Thank you for watching our story. If you'd like to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to watch us weekday mornings at 7 and 11 a.m. on KCWX. Bye. See you on the next one.